Good day, fellow observers. Today we are going to do a marshal's test for version 12.5.4.1. It's gonna be an 18-minute drive, 4.2 miles. Let me activate FSD. Okay, we're activated. We're parked by the hydrant and we move. So now we are at a stop. Let's see if there are blind spots. I would have to disengage here. Sometimes no disengagement is warranted. Okay, good. So it's able to stop. All right, good. So now I have to mention, I think because I already kind of know
feet, turn left onto Jamaica Avenue.
How FSD creeps, I think I got acclimated to it and was able to know that even though it was moving, not how I would creep.
Now turn left onto Jamaica Avenue.
I kind of sensed that that's what FSD was doing instead of thinking that it will be advancing. So just want to give that FYI because in prior tests I disengaged.
Now bear right onto Hollis Avenue.
Early on because I felt that it was an actual advance instead of just a creep. So now we are here and heading straight. Okay, good. Slow down here just to check if there are cars from the left side merging to this lane.
In 500 feet, turn left onto 99th Avenue.
And let's see if we can make this green light. Okay, we won't make it, so we're gonna stop. Okay, now we have green and we are moving.
Now turn left onto 99th Avenue.
Now we make a left here. Good. Okay, now we have a green light as well. Good. And this is a bump. FSD is always good on bumps, except for one test where I think we did in 12.3.6 it missed a bump on, what test was it? The Gantry Plaza State Park test. So we are at a red light here and we'll just wait for a green. Okay, good adjustment here, veering a bit to the left. FSD is always good for these tests, for this test. Okay, now we are at an all-way. Okay, good. Now let's see if FSD will stop. Okay, good. It didn't stop even though there was an approaching SUV on the right that didn't really stop on the white horizontal line. So I think that was good. Okay, we're crossing green light.
In 500 feet, turn left to stay on 99th Avenue. Now turn left to stay on 99th Avenue.
Alright, so this is the first all-way. Okay, good. Alright, let's see. Okay, so it actually is our turn.
In 500 feet, bear right to stay on 99th Avenue.
Alright, that was good appeasement. The driver
Now
apologized.
bear right to stay on 99th Avenue.
I honked because of it, but good adjustment also by FSD for stopping. And now we are at an all-way here. I think we're kind of at the same time. Alright. Okay, good. Now it's my turn. Okay, I was almost leaning on intervening, but I think FSD was still on a reasonable trajectory the way it was speeding. I mean, not actually speeding, but just moving forward cautiously. So I think that was good. And also have to add, it didn't get stuck in the middle of the intersection, because I think a few tests ago it happened that when it was so busy, it kind of stopped in the middle and didn't know what to do. Or maybe it just took some time, but I was trying to rush things, or kind of expected that it should be...
In 500 feet, turn right onto Hempstead Avenue.
Should have been moving quickly. Okay, so let's see what we have here. It's trying to back up. And I think we are going to move forward after this. Alright, good. Oh man. Poor cat. Oh boy. Feel bad for the cat. Okay, so now we are at an
Now
all-way
turn
stop.
right onto Hempstead Avenue.
Alright, so it should be our turn. Okay, good. I was about to disengage because I didn't know if the car will go forward, but it actually was about to turn. And now we are at a stop, so we should be going forward. Okay, good. Yeah, actually I feel the same way for the car who just honked. I would have, if I was driving, I would have moved forward earlier than that. Now we have a green light. And okay, so this is interesting. Speed camera ahead. I think this is my first time seeing something here just right above the arrival time. So that's interesting. I just want to point that out. I just found out right now. So we are continuing ahead. We passed 2 lights, or was it just one? And we're gonna wait for the green for this one. So I think FSD will be adjusting to cars merging to this lane, because this right lane had cars up ahead that are double parked. Alright, so we didn't reach the green light here, so we are going to wait. Now we have a green light and we are advancing. So I have to disengage here. I didn't realize that the police car was way closer. I thought it's still far away, and that's why I disengaged. But now we are at a red light, and I'm activating FSD now. Okay, now we have a green light.
In 500 feet, bear left onto Hempstead Turnpike. Now bear left onto Hempstead Turnpike.
Okay, good. We have a green light. We crossed several green lights and now we are at a stop. Okay, so never mind, we are at a green light again. That's good. So I think it's gonna be a quick drive straight towards Marshall's. We are 4 minutes away, 0.8 miles. Okay, so there is so I disengaged because of the fire truck. So let me just engage now. Okay, re-engaged, good. And now we're making a lane change. Now we have a green light and we are at the destination, okay?
In 500 feet, turn left. Now turn left.
Okay, now we're making left. Okay, good. All right, good.
In 500 feet, your destination will be on the right.
Okay, now we are at a stop here. Sometimes FSD has a difficult time here. Okay, now we're stopped. It's kind of hard to see here. It's kind of a blind spot once you move forward from where our stop is. So I'm observing where we are going to stop.
Now your destination is on the right.
Let's see if FSD will go to the back of the building. Okay, good. All right, good. So it didn't go to the back of a building, so let me just disengage. And let me give my takeaways. So it was, I think, a quick drive, and let me just park real quick. Okay, so we activated FSD from a double park, not the double park state, from parking just by the fire hydrant, and FSD was able to move out and was able actually to cross that stop sign. Although there was some difficulty of observing the left and right lanes. I mean the left and right traffic. What do you call that? The left and right side. And there was this comment that I made that was about getting adjusted, getting acclimated to how FSD creeps, because I think if the driver of, how do you say that? Like if I were to test the same route and I didn't have this experience of using FSD right now, just barely starting, I would have disengaged there, because I would think that the creep was an actual advance. So earlier FSD kind of crept, I think, longer than how I would do it, but then I kind of realized that FSD is gonna stop once it saw the approaching car. And so I think as someone uses more FSD, you kind of will get to know the creeps that it does and by how much. So I just want to put it out there, and FSD was able to make a left to Jamaica Ave and make a right to Hollis Avenue, and then it didn't reach for the green light though, and it stopped and then turned left to 99th Street. FSD was good also during that time for the hump, and was able to adjust to a pickup truck that has a trailer that's wider than the pickup truck, and it was able to veer to the left a little bit and go back, and we went to a red light and was able to advance. And then the first all-way was good. The second all-way to turn left to 99th Street, that was also good. And the thing is, with the second all-way, there were other cars that didn't really observe the right of way. It was already FSD's turn, but they kept on moving forward. And so in one of those instances, I blew the horn and the driver apologized. And sometimes it just makes things a little bit better when someone apologizes. So FSD was able to kind of stop and really wait for a clear path to move forward, and so it did. And then it went to the next all-way and it moved forward, and even though there were approaching cars that are turning on right, which is passing through like this, FSD was able to make the right turn on the all-way and didn't freeze in the middle of the intersection. So that was good. And then also FSD was able to stop for a pickup truck that was backing up, and it was able to move forward after the pickup truck was clear enough. I mean, after the pickup truck was done backing up. And then so we went straight forward, and then the thing is, we went straight to another all-way, and there were cars on the left side that were on the all-way sign, but then all of them are turning right. Now there was this one car right behind the first car. It was kind of moving fast, and just right behind that first car, I didn't know if it's gonna make it will move forward or make a turn. And eventually I realized that that second car was actually making a turn, so FSD was able to stop and then just continue on and then turn right to Hempstead Turnpike. The thing is though, I almost disengaged there because I was thinking if I should disengage because I didn't know what the second car will do, and it seems like it's moving fast, like it was rushing. So just want to put it out there. And then we went straight to Hempstead Turnpike. We had a long time staying on one of the red lights because when it turned green, we didn't get through when it turned green, and so we had to wait another green light, and that's what we did. Also, I did one intervention shortly after that because FSD continues to do things as usual, even though there was a fire truck that was passing by, or I think it wasn't a fire truck yet. It's an emergency vehicle with a siren, and I stopped because I didn't know where it will go, so I just pressed the brakes, and it didn't go right in front of us. It did a counterflow to the opposite traffic and then went to our side of the traffic after that. And then we went straight ahead. FSD was able to go through several lights, but then I had to disengage again because there was a fire truck just right behind us. Not really right behind, but a few cars behind. And then I had to disengage and bear right so that the fire truck can pass. And then once the truck passed, I reactivated FSD and it was able to navigate to the left lane, made a lane change to the left lane, and then made a lane change to the left turn bay here and went to the stop sign here. That being said, the stop sign here is kind of, I think, can be treated as an all-way. And by the time that FSD was starting to cross, there was actually a car on its right, and I can't even see it, so that's like a blind spot. So it's just an FYI, like there are stops that may have blind spots, so you'd have to keep in mind that factor. And so we arrived here and I was observing where FSD will stop, and FSD actually stopped. Actually, no, let me not say that. FSD didn't actually go to the back portion of the building, and so it just went a U-turn to one of the parking lot lanes and just continued straight. So those are all my takeaways for the Marshall's test, and if you find this video helpful or of value, please like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!